And we are live once again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another live stream of Sober Talk. Wow, it has been an eventful week, and I can only say that I am grateful for another day of continuous sobriety. Hands down, bar none. I am grateful to be sober today. What's going on, Jesse Johnson? I believe you are the first one here. Thank you so much for jumping in, and thank you so much for that like. Here we are, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, talking about sobriety on a Thursday night when a lot of people got a paycheck. They're getting ready to go out and start drinking, at least where I live. Okay, that's just the thing, and here we are talking about sobriety. 2 days, congratulations. That's a long time to be sober. And I know it sounds weird me saying it like that, but I remember my first 24 hours and my first 48 hours. It felt like years. It felt like years. So, congratulations. Keep doing it one day at a time, one foot in front of the other, just trying to stay sober. Hold your head up to the light. As my sponsor would say, just trying to hold our heads up to the light for another day of sobriety. Good old sober man. Good old sober man. I need to holler at him, but I know he'll. You know what? One day at a time. One day at a time. And here we are today talking about sobriety again. I'm grateful that we can share this together. I'm grateful that we can, it doesn't matter if you got 5 minutes sober, 5 years, or like me, you get a few more, you get some time under your belt, it doesn't matter how long you got sober. This is still the real deal. This is still a life and death situation for all of us, so that's here tonight to find one reason why we don't have to go back out there and drink again. What's going on, Queen? Analysis Mayor, welcome to the live. Queen, it's good to see you. You guys will be happy to know after yesterday's debacle, I can't do that. I can't drink and not try to get drunk. That's why I had to go and get into Alcoholics Anonymous and get sober. I had to go get help. Queen, I know you knew about yesterday's crash and everything. Yeah, Joker and Harley Quinn. Princess Faye got me this. Now that what did you do? Oh yeah. Well, YouTube sent me an email saying, "Oh, blah blah this and blah blah that," and I turned around and I put in my appeal. And in my appeal, I put in there, basically in my appeal, I said there was no copyright issue. There was no rules being violated, with my safety or anybody else's for that matter. And if it's going to be a problem, we can have a lawyer look at it. Immediately, I almost got an immediate response like that. They said, "We'll reinstate all of your videos. We apologize for any problems. We've had a lot of issues here at YouTube, with some of our stuff due to COVID-19, and that was the end of it. Basically, I threatened to call in lawyers. That was the end of it. And then, of course, the live stream that we did last night. Yep, that stopped it in its tracks. It's like, I ain't playing no more. That stopped it in its tracks. So yep, that's all. A lot of times you got to remind them that there are some of us creators. Yeah, basically, they played a game of chicken. I won. Yep, not even playing. Not even playing. So here we are again. I got asked to talk a little bit about what it was like before I got sober, and I told a lot of those stories in a previous one, but I think someone wanted some of the real funny ones, and I might have to think on this one. I might have to think on this one because I really don't have any that were really that funny. So I might have to. uh, yep, yep, pretty much. That's all it took. Remind them that there are some people. Yeah, we had that too. We had that too. Um, and we dealt with that. As a matter of fact, currently, right now, in the background, they haven't made their presence known. I know who they are. There's actually a couple people that are really, really close to me that know of this person, but there is an actual, there's an IT person that sits in the background, um, and he watches. And if anybody comes into the live like that, causing problems, his job is to track this person down. And with the push of a couple of buttons, he will actually be able to locate this person. And we will do a live stream where I pull up in front of the person's house, go up, knock on the door, and ask them what the hell their problem is. Throw a camera in their face and expose them. Because at that point, well, he's in a different country. And I will also say that even further than that, we also have the Prince Magnum channel has actually employed someone even deeper than that. For security purposes, we have even went so far now that I actually am working with a professional hacker, and he's helped secure all of my stuff to the point where it would take someone. Uh, he basically, I told him, I said, hack my accounts. And he did. And he actually said, okay, here's what you need to do. So the Prince Magnum channel actually has some really, really some really highly intelligent people working in the background. And so we aren't playing anymore. We're going to start exposing trolls, and that's going to be a thing. So that's how we're going to deal with it. Yeah, I'll drive up right in front of a person's house, get out of Project Spirit, and go up there, knock on the door, and ask them what the hell their problem is. Say, this is you, and show them all the information. We tracked you right here. And even have the police notified that they were about a cyberbully so they can come pick them up. So we ain't even playing anymore. This is my other job, you know. I'm trying to make a living here. You know. Hi, honey. There is my beautiful, lovely wife. Hi, honey. What you doing? You having fun at work? At work? I'm sure they say it's that way in some parts of the country. Oh my goodness. So we got my beautiful wife in the chat, and we've got some wonderful friends. We're getting close to that 10-minute marker. Oh, son getting to you. I hate that. I don't know if she would be my personal Harley Quinn, but she's something more than that. Something more than that. Princess Faye is Joker mistreats Harley Quinn. Well, you know. Oh my goodness. So, as we get closer to that 10-minute marker, I'm going to have to retop off my cup. I got to have my coffee, my Colombian bean juice. They announced the PS5. I'm telling you right now, you know, hubby's working on the truck. Cool. Neighbors right now are working on that 350Z. And they're installing a big thumping stereo system in it right now. Not really my thing, you know. So there's all that. Okay. Right now I'm also kind of waiting for Think Different to say something. PS5. Honestly, I've been on the you still own a PS3? Okay, okay. Myself personally, I will say straight up honest. Well, what's going on? Think different. Okay, that was a guy that asked for a couple of the old stories. Um, let's see. The PS5. Honestly, I enjoyed the PS. I actually remember the original PlayStation. I enjoyed it. Gauge playback. Okay, okay. Um, myself personally, um, my favorite Medal of Honor game is still Frontline. Medal of Honor Frontline. It's still my favorite. So hopefully I don't smoke as much. Made it a habit again. Okay. Um, what's going on, Daniel? Demon Souls. I'll tell you, there was a PlayStation 2 game that I also enjoyed back in the day, and it was called Soul Reaver. And I enjoyed both of them. Lots of puzzles, stuff like that. What's going on, Carla? Welcome to live. Tonight's Sober Talk. Are you guys ready for this? Back to work. Okay, honey. Yep. That's one of my favorite things about it, too. I love that stuff. All righty. Well, we got out my big book, self-titled Alcoholics Anonymous, and this is my original one. I had to have it restored, ironically enough. I love this book. I've used the hell out of it. What's going on, Harold? There you go. You've been at it hardcore. You've been working hard on videos. Biggie book. Sober man always in meetings sometimes he'll joke and say, this is he said, we'll go to the book of Big. No, I'll have I'll have my kid, one of my kids will take it. I'll tell one of the kids that they've got to take it. Actually, I have several big books, several of them that I use. But this is the one that we'll go to. As a matter of fact, before I had it reconditioned, the pages were falling out and everything. Princess Faye had me actually go into an AA meeting with this old book. They're like, oh my God, look at that big book. That big book's been to hell and back. I said, yeah, it's been a good friend to me, Yeah, kind of, yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. Man, so many wonderful people on the live stream today to help, to help me with my sobriety. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate that. That is amazing. That is amazing. Well, since we are all here and since we are all hanging, we want to hear about sobriety and we want to stay sober today and find the positive. Even if you're not an alcoholic or an addict, you want to find the positive. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to find the positive in in all of this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have stories to tell. Some of them are pretty good. I know we did one where I told the story of the woman that I was in love with that passed away before I had a chance to tell her. And I know you all probably cried with me in that live stream. And pretty, I've told some interesting stories of my sobriety. So many of you, so many wonderful people in here right now. It just really gets me excited that so many people are here, for me to help me stay sober. That is so awesome. Let's go top off the coffee cup. Real quick, my son bought me this coffee cup. He bought me this for Christmas. Isn't that really nice of my son? My son, who's 12, he's like, you think Dad could use a coffee cup for his YouTube channel? And God, yeah. Isn't that nice of my son? So wonderful of my son to buy me a coffee cup. What's going on, Hades? Well, I'm glad you're here, bud. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here. It doesn't matter when you get here. It matters that you are here. Okay? And you're never late to the live. There we go. Thank you, Harold. Appreciate that. If Rightbird gets in here today, we'll probably give her a wrench too. She's been in here long enough. We'll give her a wrench. She'll be a maverick mechanic. All righty. So we are ready, I think. And who dat? Oh, someone sent me a friend request on Facebook. Just sent me a friend request. I always there was videos where I used to say follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and since there's no Twitter face, we don't need to worry about it. So yep, buzz, yep. Well, isn't that what you do, Queen Bee? Buzz, right? Anyhow, all righty. So yeah. Keep up with friends from high school and keep family. Oh my gosh. Here we go. All righty. Let's go directly to, as Soberman would say, the book of Big, the big book. And let's crack it open. Let's start this off proper with one of my favorite prayers out of the book. And this is not, blah. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's all right, Queen. It's all right, Queen. All righty. All righty. Let's go to my favorite one on page 63. That's it. Hey, what's going on, Blucky? Seen you sneaking in. All right. Page 63, my favorite prayer out of the big book. Okay. And this is an actual prayer from our third step, okay? Yeah, I thought about coloring my hair black. God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, thy way of life. May I do thy will always. One of my favorite prayers. All right. So we are ready to rock and roll. No. That is an actual prayer that we do in AA. It's attached to our the entire third step. And I've read the third step a few times here on the channel. Yeah, he's been working on that truck for a good minute. Wondering what it's going to be. No, it was me being a smart aleck because my hair is pretty much black still. Right? There you go, Harold. Thank you. Yep. Network. Get to know one another. Carla, if you're still in the background, be sure to drop the link to your channel in the live so we can find you. Okay? Don't be afraid to do. You know. That's how we find each other. YouTube's kind of killing their own community. Anywho. Um, good. I want to see what he's working on. When you were goth, oh man. In a lot of ways, I still am. A lot of ways, I still am. You are having a tough time typing tonight. Thank goodness I don't have to type. Man, if I tried to do any typing, it'd look like look like a dang special ed kid or something. It's horrible. Oh man, yeah, I said that. Um, there was something I didn't need to tell you all about. When you're talking about sobriety, lately it's been coming up. I've had people actually approach me. See, again, for those that do not know, the Prince Magnum channel is a grassroots movement channel. Little bitty Bonne Terre, Missouri, St. Francis County. Okay, most people can't find the towns in our county on the map. Okay, do people still use maps? Anyhow, most people, can't even find these towns. It's a little bit of a tough search even on Google Maps. I think it wasn't until where I live, up until a couple years ago, you couldn't even find the apartment complex that I live in on Google Maps, if that's any indication. Okay, so now that I've said all of that, um, every once in a while I have people come up to me in the community and ask me questions about sobriety, Project Spirit, Project Lena, whatever. Um, and I've often said, no matter how big, the Prince Magnum channel ever gets, I want to be able to be approachable. If someone wants to come up, ask me a question, talk to me, whatever, they should feel free to. That I shouldn't, that, basically I shouldn't have to go, that basically if some, I have had where people have come up and said, hey man, can I get a selfie with you? I mean, is that okay? Yeah, man, here, come on. And, put it, do a peace sign, all that stuff. Yeah, totally. It doesn't bother me, you know. Princess Faye gets a little, she doesn't, that's not really her thing. But it's all good. Now that I've said that, people will be coming up and asking me more and more about, now that, the CBD stuff is, legal here in Missouri and things like that. How do I feel about it and everything? And I basically said, there you go, Harold. Thank you. Basically, I said, okay, here's the real deal, the nuts and the bolts of it. If a doctor tells me that I'm supposed to take this, that's going to save my life, or that I'm going to, be able to, live a normal existence, then yes, I will take it. But okay. Oh wow. Now that's a big question, Hades. I will say it like this: the question you ask. A lot of stuff that happened to me is my fault, okay? Let me read something and it'll kind of bring it into focus, and then I can actually fully answer that, okay? We'll go back to the big book real quick. I know a lot of you really love this book now, as much as many of us in AA do. Well, that's to wives. Yeah, still to wives. A little further back. I'll read these two paragraphs and it'll kind of bring it into focus for you. Someday, we hope that Alcoholics Anonymous will help the public to a better realization of the gravity of the alcoholic problem, but we shall be of little use if our attitudes is one of bitterness and hostilities. drinkers will not stand for it. After all, our problems were of our own making. Bottles were only a symbol. Besides, we have to stop fighting everybody or anything. We have to. And now that I've read that, a lot of my problems that came in my adult years were of my own making. The bottle was just the symptom of the problem. The real problem was what was going on between Prince Magnum's ears. Okay. Oh, third gen, man, you did it again. You did it again, didn't you? Oh, man, thank you. It's not even here. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Gosh dang it. Helping me out with my project. You are awesome. Thank you so much, buddy. Guys, let me tell y'all, third gen 83, he sent us the steering wheel for Project Spirit. And it's always been a dream of mine to put a custom steering wheel on a car like that. And I got to do it. And now he's sending something else to help me with the project. And no, thank you. Thank you. And, always wanted to get the Prince Magnum channel just big enough, just at least just big enough where, people would start sending stuff in for me. And, it was like, oh, keep going, man, keep doing what you're doing. And that sort of thing. And we're actually here. We're here. And the fact that so many people come in and show a lot of love and towards me, and after all the things that I've done in my past, and we go live and we talk about sobriety. I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Raven Nuts? Welcome to the live. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional on everybody because, so many of you guys have been doing so many nice things for me. And believe me when I say it, from where I once was over 14 years ago to be where I'm at now, and to have so many people. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, Kevin? To have so many of you come in here and and do these wonderful things and support me the way that you guys do, and especially in Sober Talk, the fact that so many of you come in here and you listen to my stories and you hear all the wonderful things that I've got to do in sobriety, and then you showed me, I'm sorry, here I am getting all emotional about this. Thank you. Thank you, third gen, and thank you all for being here with me. You guys are awesome. I don't know how many ways I got to say it, but I'm one of the most blessed content creators in the world. I am the most blessed content creator in the world because I've got all of you keeping me on the straight and narrow, helping me through my tough times and everything like that. There are days that I'll go live in Sober Talk and I'm not feeling it, but you guys all bring me out of it. You bring me right to this spot, this safe and protected, positive area. And you guys are amazing. Thank you, every last one of you, from the bottom of my heart. Well, Well, just for you, Queen Bee, before the live stream, I went ahead and I dumped 6 tons of, I just basically took an ice cream scoop and just started spooning in sugar into my coffee and then started popping sugar cubes. No, I didn't. Oh my gosh. Oh, I apologize. Here I had to get all emotional on you guys again. I apologize. It seems like Sober Talk is a spot where I feel comfortable getting emotional with every last one of you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. You guys really mean the world to me. Let me. It's all Jesus. I love you, bro. Mr. Raven Nuts, you are all right in my book. All right in my book. Real quick, let's start talking about I'm gonna take y'all back in time. Take y'all back in time. There you go. I haven't done something like that in a long time. I'll actually occasionally I'll make chocolate syrup. Oh, well, I need to big shout out to Gamer and BRFC if he's able to watch the playback, buddy. We are thinking of you, and I hope you get to feeling better. You are one amazing friend. We love you very, very much. He's an amazing friend. Bottom of my heart. We love you, brother. Okay, let's go back in time. For the record, um, you know, before I got what? You're grounded. Hey, what's going on, Jeffrey Packard? Welcome to the live stream. We got man, look at all the wonderful people coming in to the Prince Magnum channel. My goodness. Sober Talk is a happening stream. Okay, let me get y'all caught up to speed since so many people are in here. Again, I am a sober member of Alcoholics Anonymous. With my sober date is February 7th, 2006. That's the day I got sober. That was that was the first day I took a sober breath. And I went into an outpatient treatment center. And that was the weirdest experience I ever had, going into an outpatient treatment center. Right? That's awesome. Oh, wow. Thank you for the 10th like. Thank you so much. 11 of you in here. Someone's out there playing with their puppy dog. But the Prince Magnum channel has its own Wayback Machine. We might have to break that out again sometime. We actually did that in a video. Wow, 11 likes. Thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go back in time. Okay. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing up and showing a little support for dear old Prince Magnum. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Man, how in the world did I get to be one of those lucky guys? All righty. So I got sober way back in the day. 12 likes. Wow. I got sober way back in the day. And here we are now, almost 14 and a half years. On my birthday, I'll be 41 years old. I'm having a hard time saying that. I cannot believe I'm going to be 41 years old. If Carla and crew is still in here, she's probably going to laugh at that. Like, there's no way you could be yeah, I'm going to be 41. Can't even believe that stuff. But I'm going to be 41 this August. And on the same day, August the 7th, it'll be 14 and a half years since my last. Well, maybe they're upset because they're not sober yet, or maybe they just don't look as good as I do at my age. Hey, the dislike button doesn't mean what it used to. Okay, it doesn't mean what it used to anymore. It's just the bragging rights anymore, you know. And they still gave me the views, so I can still thank them for it, even if they didn't like it, you know. But no, today, here we are, almost 14 and a half years later. Um, I'll take you back. Actually, one of my favorite stories to talk about was when I was turning 6 months sober. I was turning 27 the same day. I was saying goodbye to 26 years old. And I looked really young back then, really young. I mean, we're talking extremely young. I looked like I was still a teenager. Like, I look at pictures of what I looked like back then. I'm like, my God, I was young looking. I was a handsome looking young guy. Pretty snazzy looking. That's right. That's what's up, Kevin. Love you, brother. Love you. Um, and the girlfriend that I had at that time, the mother of my third child, my son Devin. Um, and for the record, my son Devin's the one who got me this coffee cup. And I'm dumping coffee all over myself. I must have a hole in my lip or something like that. Anyhow, actually, some people really do. They got the piercings and everything. It's anyhow. But going back to these days when in those early days. Saturday. Saturday will be the next Sexy Saturday live stream, and we're gonna bend and break some rules. Um, and those rules are normally I don't play copyrighted music, but it's gonna be a Boy George inspired Sexy Saturday. So we're gonna be playing music by Culture Club in that stream. I might even sing along a little bit, you know. Oh, that's gonna be messed up. I hope Sober Man doesn't see any of those. I was telling him about it. He's like, oh my God. Sober Man, if you ever watch any of these, you know I love you. Sober Man's like a dad to me. He's about the only one who really understands me when it comes to my sobriety. It's really funny. My wife has way too much fun doing my makeup. Way too much fun. And I'm like, honey, you are having too much of a good time with this. She's like, well, you do look kind of cute like that. I was like, oh, no, no. We've had people come into those lives and just some of the things they say, it's like, oh my God. That's just wrong on so many levels. How many times I got to say it's all fun games till someone tells you got a pretty mouth? Anyhow, going back to when. Thanks, I appreciate that, But anyhow, going back to when I was making 6 months sober, I said, I want to go up to Six Flags, just all of us, big group of people, and but a guy I was sponsoring, and my best friend, and his girlfriend, and my sponsee's his girlfriend, and like a stepdaughter um, to my best friend, and then on top of that, who's the other one? And of course, my girlfriend at that time, my fiance at that time, the mother of my son Devin, again the one that bought me the coffee cup that we're using in this particular live stream. We wanted to go to Six Flags on the day of my 6 month sobriety birthday. So we loaded up. Well, the way that it worked was my ex kept my car. She blew her car up, doesn't know how to check the oil. And she kept my car, and she took me to work and everything. And I didn't know it, but she was planning a surprise party. Thank you for that 13th like. She was planning a surprise birthday party. So when I left work that night, I knew I was going to be off for a couple days. I get home, It was a big surprise party for me. Happy birthday, Prince Magnum. It was awesome. And pictures, everything like that. And we had a good time. And I had this crappy little karaoke machine, but I fired it up and we were singing our favorite songs. Sang a lot of songs by Kiss. For those that do not know, I'm a huge Kiss fan. No, they won't. Oh no, that's all good. That's all good. We all good friends here. But anyhow, what's going on, Chairman? You feeling? I know you've been feeling under the weather lately. I'm glad you're here. But any hoopty doo. So had this big surprise birthday party, and I even I was kind of I was just being a show off, singing my favorite song. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Had a good time, and then everyone started kind of relaxing for the night. Kind of going, I had like the spare bedroom, so some people went in and kind of crashed there, and my my then girlfriend, you know, and we went into the bedroom. Some stories should be left where they are, and finally fell asleep about 4 o'clock in the morning after just sober party. It was a sober party and it was a great party. Got up the next day, got everyone out of bed. We loaded up in my big old 77 Olds Delta and we just cruised on up, all of us, to Six Flags. It was really awesome. We get there and we all go inside. Some of us hung together close. Some of us, kind of did our own thing. There you go. That's what's up. And we went and kind of relaxed. It was a great day. We had a great time. Um, you know, I went all over, we went all over the place, just having a good time. Thank you for that 14th like. And, inside Six Flags. And tradition would have it at Six Flags Mid America, when we go in, the first stop is I got to go to the Batman ride. Got to go there. That's my first stop every time, even now. And so there was pictures of there's actual pictures where myself and a sponsee and my best friend were all in front of the Batman costume, and it was really cool. It was a great time. Just had a great time. And then by the end of the day, we were all coming home. Oh, thank you, third gen. Appreciate that, man. We're all going home, and I knew the next day that I was going to be back out. I was going to be going to my home group. So this was like a Monday. So then Tuesday I was going in to see my home group. We go in to my home group, sober man, his wife, and then a guy I was sponsoring and his girlfriend. Then of course my ex. She wasn't my ex at that time. We were actually engaged. All six of us were sitting there, and so literally there was three generations of sponsorship in that room. And so when it came time, hello, my name is Prince Magnum, and I am an alcoholic. Hi, Prince Magnum. As of today, it's been 6 months since my last drink, and everyone just started applauding. Sober man stands up and he said, "You're going to have to get up for this." And he says, "Dear old Prince Magnum has actually been, one of the great blessings in my sobriety. He has worked his 12 steps and he has gone on to sponsor people and he is involved in service work. I'm very proud of him." And he said, the fact that he has made 6 months, and he said, "I just want you to know that I'm so proud of you for continuing to do this thing." and helping me stay sober too. And then, we gave each other this big old hug, and we both started crying, in the middle of the meeting. And of course, everyone just applauded. And then tradition for AA, when you get your coin, and of all the things, I grabbed the infamous 2-year coin. What you do is as soon as they hand you your coin, you pass it to the person next to you. And that person, what they will do is they will kind of pray over your coin, asking God to keep you from that next drink. And that's how it works. Okay. And then once they pray over your coin, they pass it on to the next person. Or some people will say that they'll rub on it like this, almost like a good luck charm. They'll rub on it, that coin, and basically, as they say it, rubbing out the next drunk. That's how some of the atheists will do it. That's how they do it in AA. They'll rub out your next drunk on that coin because they want you to keep coming back. They don't want you to go back to drinking. It goes around the room. And then as they were passing the coin around, there was people talking, how at 6 months, Prince Magnum, you've been an inspiration to us. And, you've inspired me to continue working harder. Oh, you inspired me to get a sponsor and get stuff like that. And I looked sober, man. It's like, I never knew that I could, a guy with 6 months could make such a difference. And he explained to me later, he said, do you know why you make a difference? I said, well, I don't know. He said, because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not one of these fake people coming in here pretending that you're going to try to work this program. He said, you're real about this. And it shows. He said, that's why people gravitate towards you. That's why they come to you. He said, enjoy it. Because there was once a time when people didn't trust you, when people didn't value what you had to say. He said, remember that feeling? He said, no one believed in you. I said, well, yeah, I remember that all too well. He said, this is the opposite of that. He said, remember back in your 3rd step, in our best moments, we were producers of confusion rather than harmony. Yes. He said, do you remember what I told you? I said, you told me to flip-flop it. That was supposed to be a producer of harmony rather than confusion. And he said, exactly. He said, because you've been doing that today, he said, now you have people who genuinely know who you are and care about you. They look up to you. And how old are you now? I said, 27. He said, now you're a valued member of Alcoholics Anonymous, 6 months under your belt. He said, because you did what you were supposed to do. That's why. And so I know some people have a hard time getting into the steps, okay? And I'm honestly and truthfully, it's really not that spooky. It's really not that spooky. If you want the abridged version, which, I mean, get into the book, it's so easy. The 12 steps is really, I mean, if you want the Prince Magnum's abridged version, this is not traditional AA, but step 1 is just, honestly and truthfully, if you don't admit you have a problem, how are you supposed to fix that problem? Really? I mean, that's the honest to goodness truth. If you don't admit you have a problem, how are you supposed to fix that problem? There was one particular old timer, and I got tired of hearing him say it all the time, but I'm glad I did listen to him all the time. So he used to say, how can I be the solution when I am the problem? Or something to that effect. And I would sit there and go, well, how can I be the solution when I'm the problem? That whole bad wiring between the ears again, remember. So admitting that, he's admitting still to this day that he's admitting the problem. So if you don't admit the problem, how are you supposed to fix that problem? But don't just stop there, because that's very hopeless. Just staying at step 1. Step 2, you find a power greater than you, okay? And for the atheist, the group has, the experience. For the agnostic, same thing. for us more religious types, it's a God of our understanding. Does it have, I remember hearing about a guy that he would go out and pray to a tree. That was his higher power. Another guy used his higher power was the doorknobs of 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 a hotel that he worked in. That was it. That was it. So whatever your higher power is, you just got to figure out what it is in step two. Just come to believe that that power that you now have found can restore you to sanity. AA defines insanity as doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Drinking the way that we did over and over again always got us into trouble in some way, shape, or form. So because of that, maybe we should try something different. Plain and simple. That is getting out of that insanity. Okay? So in reality, that is the basis of step two. Step three, just make a decision to turn your will and your life over to the care of that higher power. However it works. Okay? Now, that is the step that I will say that I could talk on for hours and hours on end. It is the one that whenever there's a problem in Prince Magnum's world, that is the step that I'm having a problem with, is step three. Step four is just writing down all the goofy stuff that went on in your life, really. There was, and a lot of people balk at step four. They balk at it like a baseball player stopping in mid-swing. Okay? Or the pitcher that stops in mid-pitch and doesn't throw because they're afraid to make that pitch. We stop dead in our tracks at step four. The reason why we do is because I know for this guy sitting here, because I knew I was going to have to get into step five. Step four is really, 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 really simple. It doesn't get any easier than this. Step four is, without a doubt, I wrote about who I had resentments against, why I had the resentments, what they do to me, how it affected me, and then I had to get real. Where was I in the wrong? My higher power was right there is still right there with me, leading me through this crazy thing we call sobriety. And that's really what I had to do in the first part. And I remember calling Sober Man saying, I know everything I did. Why am I writing out what they did to me, when in reality I should just be writing? I remember telling him, I said, I should just be writing what I did to them, because what they did to me was a result of what I did to them. And he's like, you're getting it. You're getting it. He said, go ahead and stay with how you're doing it in the book right now. And eventually I actually had to do a resentment list against myself. And that one was actually longer than all the other people. In some cases, longer than a lot of people combined. I had the most resentments against myself. And then I had to do what I was afraid. I had to write a list of what I was afraid of. And I was a lot more fearful than I actually thought I was. I thought I was rough, tough, and hard to bluff. No, I was afraid of cat. I was afraid of cat. Big time. Basically, you've all heard of the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Well, I could have been in a spoof movie on that called Crouching Kitten, Hidden Chicken. Okay, that's how bad my fears list was. And I mean, I wrote on it for a good while. Couldn't believe it. And then for those of you who have a dirty mind like me, I had to write on the messed up stuff in my sex life. And I had to sit down, and that was my fourth step. Okay, just writing all this stuff out. Once I was done with that, I had to sit down with Sober Man and I read it to him, talking about it, what I experienced and things like that. And basically what that was my fifth step. Well, my fifth step, we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. So what I did is I had to, you know, basically say to the God of my understanding, I had to read it to the God of my understanding. Said a prayer, said just listen to what I have to say, even though the God of my understanding knows everything I did. Now that I've done that, then I had to go to a mirror and read it to myself. I cried the whole time because I was finally admitting to myself what kind of a person I was. And then after I did all of that, I sat down with Sober Man, and him and I read my fifth step to Sober Man. And at the end of it all, Sober Man looks at me and he says, Prince Magnum, I forgive you. God forgives you. Now you have the rest of your life to forgive yourself. Well, we'll get to that. I'll tell you what, Hades, remind me when I get to the end of talking about the 12 steps. I'm gonna tell you a little something important, okay? Stay with me on it. Stay with me on it. Remind me on that one. Then after my fifth step, we went into the sixth step. And, I knew my character defects. And, I read on it, and I sat down with Sober Man. I said, okay, I've always had the fear of dying alone because I pushed everyone away that I died alone. That's always been my fear. That has been my fear even now. That maybe I've done that. I end up becoming so horrible that I push everyone away and that I die alone. That nobody wants anything to do with me. That's still a fear of mine. I don't know why. But now that I've said that, like I said, I've got something. Yours too. Wow. So now that I've said all of that, talked about, sixth step, I just realized, just take a look at my character defects. What are my character defects? My biggest character defect is I'm an egomaniac. For the record, even though I'm an egomaniac, those of us in AA who have the biggest egos, like me, usually are the ones that hate themselves the most. That's an honest to goodness truth. Remember, we alcoholics are the biggest contradictions on the planet. I had the biggest ego, but I hated myself the most. So now that I've said that, and probably shocked you all, the seventh step is a prayer. There's a way around that. There's a way around that. Hey, Hades, you need to get in touch with me. We need to talk sometime. We need to sit down and just talk. Just talk. I'll let you pick my brain. But seventh step, would you guys like to hear the seventh step prayer? It'll blow your mind. Blow your mind. Seventh step prayer. One of my other favorite prayers out of Alcoholics Anonymous. Might help if I turn the book right side up. Bring it on. There you go. This is the seventh step prayer on page 76. Okay, you guys are going to love this. Real quick, the sixth step is literally one paragraph in the big book. If we have answered these, Then we are looking at step 6. We have emphasized willingness as being indispensable. We are now ready to let God remove from us all these things that we have admitted are objectionable. Can he now take all, everyone? If we still cling to something, we will not let go. We ask God to help us be willing. That's pretty much step 6. When we're ready, which I was, this is the 7th step prayer. My Creator, I am now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and to my fellows. Grant me strength as I go from here to do your bidding. Amen. That, my friends, is the 7th step prayer. It's what works for me. And I know you all enjoy when I go to the big book. I know a lot. I cannot believe how many of you all enjoy it. But when I did that, sober man's like, how do you feel? I said, I'm glad you did, Kevin. And I said, he's like, how do you feel? I said, I just feel free. I feel free. When I got to my 5th step, I knew I could never go back. I could never drink the same again if I ever went back to drinking. So that's why I can't go back. Even though I can, I just don't feel like if I picked up a drink, I would never be back to where I was. It would be something so horrible because of what I've been given. And that's what the 7th step, that's where I just felt that freedom. Like, even though it was going to be a lifelong process of removing those defects of character, that at least this was a humble beginning, And then we took a look at the 8th step, where I'm glad you enjoyed that. The 7th, so that was the 7th step, just have me, this is who I am. This is who I am, to the God of my understanding, my higher power, if you will. This is who I am. And you know who I am. Just do what you can with me. And here we are now in a live stream. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So now that I've basically said that, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with getting emotional. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for being here with me. You're helping me stay sober. What's going on? Mike G, welcome to the live. We're talking about, some personal experiences with the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous for this guy right here. And again, for those that do not know, my sobriety date, or as we say in AA, my sobriety birthday, is February 7th, 2006. That's the day that I did, my first day that I stopped drinking. First day without a drink of alcohol. First day without a drug. That was where it all began. And here we are now, almost 14 and a half years later. And I'm still sober. So now that, we've talked about the 7th step, the 8th step made a list of all the persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. We just have to become willing, okay? And believe me, I am still making some of those amends. And I'll tell you some of those stories out of those amends. I think you guys will appreciate that. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. I'm going to get all emotional on you guys again. I'm sorry. Oh, man. In my 8th step, thank you. in my eighth step, I sat down and started writing about the people that I had done bad to, you know, and now I'm willing to go forward and let me see, and please note the wording. May be willing to make amends to them. Okay, amends. Well, let's break the word down a little bit. Let's drop the A, mend. The A and the S. There's the word mend. Think of if you got a fence around your house and you knock down part of that fence, you have to fix it. You mend it. Okay, tear. Oh, don't be sorry. You're here just in time. Just in time for you to hear about me talking about being on my eighth, on the eighth step. Okay, you're in time. That's the part that maybe you need to hear. That's how Alcoholics Anonymous works. Okay, so think about it like that: making amends. You're fixing something. So if I went up to a person and said, "I'm sorry," well, they already know that. They already knew that. They already knew I was a sorry son of a. You get the idea. As alcoholics, I'm a wordsmith, if you will. I have a flair for the dramatic, and I could say I'm sorry from the hilltops, but they already know that. Don't say you're sorry. Okay? Ask what you can do to make it right, and we get to that in the ninth step. So I already knew that. What's going on, Tego Skynet? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been? Welcome to the live stream. That's right. You're here on the Prince Magnum channel. We're actually here in my office. you know. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here with me, and thank you for helping me stay sober another 24 hours. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So good to see you, Tega. It's your birthday? Well, happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Welcome to the live stream. Happy birthday today. Celebrating another year of life here on this big rock. May the God that you believe in bless you on today. Just shower you in blessings. Happy birthday. There's no way. Queen Bee, you don't do anything dumb. You might do something silly. Thank you so much for being here with me. So in my eighth step, I just had to write who I'd done wrong to. And thankfully, since I'd kept my fourth step, all I had to do was just go back through the list. I actually sat in a meeting one day and I said, second comment through y'all. It's okay. It's okay. Wow. That is so awesome. Oh, Queen, you're fine. You don't do anything. You don't do anything bad. We love you. We love you for just who you are. Don't you ever forget it, Queen. We love you for who you are. Very well put, Mike G. Okay. In my ninth step, I had to go out, and when I would go to someone, what I'd say, this is what I did to you. What can I do to make this right? What can I do to make this right? And pretty much everyone, the first thing that they said was, keep doing what you're doing, because who you are today is absolutely fantastic. I actually had to go back to a job. I sat down with the administrator of a nursing home. It was at the Baptist home down in Ironton. And I sat down with the administrator and I said, this is kind of, what happened, but this is what, kind of was going on at that time. And because of this, I kind of left on bad terms. I said, so because of that, I'm here today. Uh, what can I do to make this right? And she kind of looked at me funny and she said, are you here for your old job back? And I said, no, ma'am, I'm not here for my old job back. I'm actually here because of, you know, this is something that I feel I need to make right. I did you guys wrong and I came in to make it right. So you're not here for your job? I said, actually, and at that time, I work at Southbrook Nursing Home. I'm a med tech over there. I said, I'm fine on work though. I said, I've been there for, a couple of years, I said, and this is what's going on right now. And she's like, so I don't understand. I said, and I basically had to speak it in a language that she could kind of understand. I said, let me put it more like this. In order for me to feel like I'm walking as a free man, I am here today to ask what I can do right. Is what can I do to make, to kind of put this behind us, to kind of make sure that it's, to mend this broken relationship. And she's like, wow. I said, in order for me to, to feel like, that I'm a true free man from who I once was, I have to come and ask you what I can do to make this right. And she's like, I'm just curious. Have you ever had anyone kind of, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's awesome. You know, thank you, Mike G. Thank you. So, there, and I said, I'm asking you what I can do to fix this so maybe you can begin possibly forgiving me for who I was. And she understood that uh, completely. And she's like, you're not here to ask for your old job and you're not here saying you're sorry. You're asking what you could do to make it right. I said, it's part of what we do in Alcoholics Anonymous to make amends. I said, amends is totally different than just saying you're sorry. It's what can you do to fix things, to make it right. And she's like, wow. Well, for starters, she said, I guess, tell me what happened after you left here. So I told her my story up until that point. And then afterwards, she says, you are truly an inspiration. She said, this is the first time I've ever had this happen. She said, you're not here for your old job, but you're here to make it right. But I will say right now, from the man you used to be, she even told me some old stories about myself that I vaguely remembered. And she said, from the man you used to be to who you are right now, I would hire you in a heartbeat. She's like, if you ever need work, you are always welcome here. She said, just out of curiosity, what if I would have basically said, well, I want nothing to do with you? I said, it would have been your right to throw me out of your office at any time. I said, you still have that right. I said, but because I made the attempt to do the amends, my side of the street is still clear. After that, the ball's in your court to decide at a later date if you want. I said, it's in your time with God as you understand God, not in my time. And she's like, that is so, she thought that was so profound. I said, I did what I was supposed to do. And so that was, part of my journey. In the 10th step, it was just a lot of reading. It was really a lot of reading after, once I started getting into my 9th step. I did have one person throw it back up in my face. And that was my ex with my first 2 daughters. She threw it back up in my face. said, I want nothing to do with you. You're a piece of, she's like, I'll never trust you. You are a horrible person. I think you're doing this for attention. I think that she said, I think you're full of it. And she said, I will never believe in you. I will never trust you. And she said, personally, I think the whole world would be better off without you. And that was the mother of my first two children. And to this day, even if she wants to still feel that way, that is her prerogative because I asked what I could do to make it right. Basically, she even, as politely as I could put it at the end of it all, well, no, I mean, there was people that, she had the right. She had the right. At the end of it all, as politely as I could put it, because there are ladies in the chat, and I'm trying to refrain from using foul language, out of politeness. As politely as I could put it, she told me to go make love to myself. I'll let you, fill in the blank how I put that. I'll tell Princess Faye you said hi. I'll tell her you said hi. And so she was the only one. But we also had the most trying relationship. So it makes sense. It makes complete and total sense. My 10th step, continue to take personal inventory. When I'm wrong, promptly admitted it. That's it. It's a maintenance step. They can. There are some that are like that. There are some that are like that. Like to play head games. That was one of my exes. I had two exes like that. And it happened to me in sobriety. I had those two were very abusive. Very abusive. Need I say more? So I don't talk about it. So yeah, I've had exes abuse me in sobriety. Where was I? The 11th step, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only in knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. That's funny. That's funny. And what that really is, just pray. Literally. Let me go back to the big book, the book of big. And this is literally our 11th step. It is easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels. We are headed for trouble if we do, for alcohol is a subtle foe. We are not cured of alcoholism. What we have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. Every day is the day we must carry the vision of God's will into our activities. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. These are the thoughts which must go with us constantly. We can exercise our willpower along this line. All we wish, it is the proper use of will. Much has already been said about receiving strength, inspiration, and direction from him who has all knowledge and power. If we carefully follow directions, we have begun to sense the flow of his spirit into us. To some extent, we have become God conscious. We have begun to develop this vital sixth sense, but we must go further, and that must mean more action. The 11th, step 11 suggests prayer and meditation. We shouldn't be shy on this matter of prayer. Better men than we are using it constantly. It works if we have the proper attitude and work at it. Yet we believe we can make some definite and valuable suggestions. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped it. It would be easy to be vague about this matter, but we believe we can make some definite valuable suggestions. Sorry about that. When we retire at night, we constructively review our day. Were we resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid? Do we owe an apology? Have we kept something to ourselves which should have been discussed with another person at once? Were we kind and loving towards all? Could we have done better? Were we thinking of ourselves most of the time? Or were we thinking of what we could do for others, of what we could pack into the stream of life? But we must be careful not to drift into worry, remorse, or morbid reflection, for what would diminish our usefulness to that would diminish our usefulness to others. After making a review, we ask God for forgiveness and inquire what corrective measures should be taken. On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We should consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced of self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance, for after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives. What's going on, filming? Welcome to the live stream. I'm so sorry. I'm missing so many things. Thank you, Mike G. Thank you. Love you guys. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. We ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought or decision. We relax and take it easy. We do not struggle. We are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. What used to be a hunch or the occasional inspirational gradually becomes a working part of the mind. Being still inexperienced and having just made conscious contact with God, it is possible that we are going to be not going to be inspired at all times. We might pay for this presumption in all sorts of absurd actions and ideas. Nevertheless, we find that our thinking will, as time passes, become more and more on the plane of inspiration. We come to rely upon it. We conclude the period of meditation with a prayer that we be shown all through the day what our next step is to be, that we be given whatever we need to take care of such problems. We ask especially for freedom of self-will. And we are careful to make no request only for ourselves. We may ask ourselves, however, if others will be helped. We carefully never pray for our own selfish ends. Many of us have wasted a lot of time doing that, and it doesn't work. You can easily see why. So you guys get the general idea. I mean, there's a little bit more, if you want to pray with someone, they do suggest it, or getting special prayers from priests, rabbis, and ministers and things like that. By all means, they suggest that as well, Wow, Kevin. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that. Um, you know, and the fact that I'm able to share a lot of this with you guys, to share what Alcoholics Anonymous has given me, um, is truly, truly an honor. You know, thank you all so much for being in here with me. You guys are amazing. Every last one of you. I want you all to take something in for a moment, just a brief moment. And I want you to think about this for a second. I am a very selfish alcoholic. How selfish? Well, I am so selfish. This alcoholic right here is so selfish that I need every last member of Alcoholics Anonymous to help me stay sober. And there's a lot of members of AA around the globe. Back in 2000, there was over 2 million strong around the world in Alcoholics Anonymous. Um, so that should give you an idea of how selfish this alcoholic really is. Now that I have said that, not only am I that selfish, but I need every last one of you in the Maverick Nation to help me stay sober. Every one of you. And how many of you are there now? We're over 1,000. I am a very selfish alcoholic. Why am I still selfish? Because even after 14 years, I'm still trying to save my own life. This is still a life and death. Yes, even you, Harrison, even you. This is still a life and death situation for this guy right here. So I still need every last one of you. All of you in here right now are helping me stay sober, even if it's just one more day. Even if it's just this 24 hours, you're helping me stay sober. So just being in here and being in the live stream, just being here with me, you're helping me stay sober. Just take that in a moment. You're helping me stay sober right now. Just by being here. You're helping me save my life. So if you were feeling down in the dumps, thinking low of yourself, thinking you don't amount to anything, let me say right now, you are wrong. You are somebody. You are somebody important because you're helping me stay sober today. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here doing what I am doing, helping, staying sober. There you go, Harris. So you, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world, just by being in this stream, you're helping me today. You're helping me stay sober. Even if you're watching the playback and you put, you leave a comment saying, stay strong, stay sober, God bless you, whatever, you are helping me stay sober today. You're saving a life right now. Harrison, remember, we all need you too. We need you too. I know I need you. I need every last one of you in here right now, including the ones that, I'll even say it, even that damn troll that pisses me off. I guess in a way I might even need him too, to remind me that I'm still human. I hope I never get so lofty that my feet don't touch the ground and that people can't help me. Because I'll tell you all right now, it takes all of you. Harrison, I love you, buddy. Actually, in a lot of ways, all of you in the Maverick Nation are also the real stars, That's right. Everyone's got their ism nowadays. Everyone's got their ism. Thank you, Hades. I appreciate that. You guys are amazing. Again, I am the most blessed content creator in the world. I have all of you helping me stay sober, even if it is just for today. Just for today. There you go. See? You guys help me stay positive. You help me stay focused. Without you guys, who knows where I would be. So now brings me to the part in the big book. Page 89. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me give you my email and real quick, Prince Magnum 1, numerical 1, all lowercase, no underscores or anything. Prince Magnum 1 at gmail.com. You shoot me an email. I'll make sure you have every way imaginable to get a hold of me. We also have the Discord, and right now my other device isn't on, but we'll make sure that holler at me, man. We'll get y'all lined out with all the goodies. That's what's up. What's going on, Pisces? Welcome to the live. Thank you for being here to help me stay sober another day. Thank you so much. That's right. You can call me on Discord. You know that. Any one of you ever need to talk to me, you holler at me. Because the problems that you may be sharing with me might actually be helping me stay sober today. You guys are awesome. Let me read to you now. One of my favorite lines, one of my many favorite lines. Thank you. This is one of my favorite lines in the AA Big Book. And I basically just said it, but now I get to say it officially out of the AA Big Book on page 89. Life will take on new meaning. To watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, to see a fellowship grow about you, to have a host of new friends. This is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss it. Frequent contact with newcomers and with each other is the bright spot of our lives. You guys, along with all the members of Alcoholics Anonymous around the world that continue to support each other and help each other stay sober, it's all of you too. Now, even if you're not an alcoholic or an addict like me, all of you help me stay sober. You guys are that bright spot. You guys are a part of helping me live one day at a time. You are a part of helping me save my life today. Again, if you were feeling down in the dumps, didn't think you meant much, didn't know, it's like maybe nobody cares about me out there. Remember, just by being here today, thank you, Hades. Appreciate that. If you are feeling down in life, down in those dumps, just, you don't feel like you amount to anything, you amount to me because you're helping me stay sober today. Because of many of you around the world, on my birthday, August the 7th, when I turn 41 years old, Harrison, when I turn 41, I'll be celebrating the same exact day, 14 and a half years without a drink or a drug. You guys are a part of that. You guys are the ones who are helping me reach that goal. Without you guys, who knows where I would be? you guys out there, all of you, every last one of you, you are a part of my life. You're part of my sobriety story. And when I tell this, when everything opens back up and I go back into the AA meetings and I can tell people, you should have been there. I mean, you're older than your mom. I needed that. No, I'm perfectly okay. How do you get to be my age? How do you get to be in the same way you get to be an old timer? You don't drink, you don't drug, and you don't die. You breathe in and you breathe out. And that's how you do it. That's how you get to be an older guy like me. And that's how you become an old timer in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. Thank you, Hades. Appreciate that. Oh, Pisces, you're not old. I'm going to be 41. 41. So if you guys were feeling down in the dumps, let me say that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. Just remember, through your own way, just by being here, you're helping me. Mike G, you are one of us. You're part of my life. You imagine for a second, I'm going to be sitting there in an AA meeting, as soon as things start opening back up. I'm going to be sitting in an AA meeting saying, guys, you're not going to believe this. People from around the world came into my live stream to hear my stories of sobriety, to hear what it was like going through the 12 steps. And they helped me stay sober. Many of them weren't alcoholic. Many of them weren't addict. But they still loved me all the same. That is the power of my higher power that I understand, but I don't understand. When I can go live and tell you all that there is hope, that you do amount to something, that you are special in your own way. That is an awesome power that I don't understand. That is the power you guys possess, that you can help one person stay sober so he can help as many people as possible find the answer to their problems with alcohol. So if you've ever wondered, any of you out there right now, if you ever wondered if you were worth anything, ask yourself, how much is one person's life worth? Because you're helping save who knows how many. Who knows how many lives I might still touch just by you being here. Many of these people you'll never meet. But you will know that you helped them. Right? Yeah, thank you, Hades. So, I hope none of you were feeling low at the beginning of this stream, but if you were, I hope you don't right now. Harrison, you honor cuss. I love you, buddy. Love you guys. You guys like that stuff? I hope all of you feel better. I hope all of you feel better, because I know a lot of times a lot of people will come into sober talk and they're just down in the dumps, trying to figure it all out. Because I hope I spoke to whoever, I just had this feeling that there were some people that were really, really low, and they needed to be reminded that they are important, that they are special. I don't know what it is. I just know that when when I allow the higher power of my understanding to kind of take over me, that words come out and it's just positive. That's what happens. That is, thank you, Harrison. But I am just I'm just like, remember there was a time I was a fallen down drunk. Thank you, Mike G. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Um, I was the other day I was at work. Whenever I'm at work and I get upset and I feel that urge to start drinking again, when I get upset at work, you'll hear me say, "I'll take a scotch and soda." Hold the scotch, and that's my way of saying I'm thinking about a drink right now. But I don't want to drink, but I'm thinking about one. And my one of my managers will pipe up and say, "You dang right, you'll be drinking soda." You know, immediately. She's like, I said, "But I'm diabetic." And she's like, "I don't care. You can drink all the soda you want. Your blood sugar we'll deal with later." She said, "I just don't want you drinking alcohol anymore." And she's one of these types that, amazingly enough, she really doesn't care, what anybody does, just do your freaking job and that sort of thing. But then she has enough, you know, uh, what she's like, if she tries to say that, everyone. God bless you, Kevin. God bless you. Thank you for being here with me. Remember, you are just as important. Okay? You're helping me stay sober. Don't you ever forget that. Okay? You guys are awesome. Every last one of you. If you ever wondered if you were worth anything, you are worth something. Um, my higher power doesn't make garbage, doesn't make useless people, makes every last one of you, every last person out there is essential to me. You know, we've heard that term thrown around, essential, lately. For the last couple of months, we've heard that. No, all of you are essential to me. You have a wonderful evening, Kevin. Thank you for being here with me again. Appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Again, I am the most blessed content creator in the world. I have all of you to help me stay sober. You guys are truly amazing. You guys are the Maverick Nation. I couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't. You know, there are some people who are rich in money, but I'm rich in friends. I'm rich in family. You guys are truly awesome. I'm very blessed. It's not I won't go back to it, but I mean, it's natural for me to think about drinking. I'm an alcoholic. It's what I'm programmed to do. So I will say, thank you, 80s. Um, you know, you guys, I mean, let me say it again, I mean, it's part of the disease. I wake up with my alcoholism and it goes to bed with me. Shoot, it's actually, the joke that we have is it's right now outside of my office door right now doing push-ups, waiting for me to slip up and be ready to go back to it. But I know today I don't have to if I don't want to, and I don't want to. But I still think about it, even though I don't want to. I don't want to drink, but I think about having one again. That's natural for every alcoholic. There's actually a gentleman over 40 years sober that I know very well. And he says all the time, "I only thought about drinking about 1,000 times today. That's down from about 10,000 times a day. So I'm getting better." 40 years sober, and he still thinks about it regularly. just like me. Even someone who's still, drinking, he's thinking about it just like them. So if that puts it into perspective, Mike G, it's like you're reading my mind. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's okay to think about it. I just can't go through with it. As some people used to say, think the drink through. Think the drink through. When you get on the other side, what would it be like on the other side of that drink? It wouldn't be good. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you, there's actually a special talk that I give when we get a newcomer. This is a very special talk. You'll hear me open up, kind of tell who I am, and I'll look at the newcomer and say, welcome to your first meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. You never have to go through your first meeting ever again unless you want to. It's completely and totally up to you. But you never have to go through this again, and you never have to go this alone. And then I'll say, let me be the first to tell you that even though you may not say a whole lot during this meeting, you don't have to. We see the look of, we see that look in your eye. Even though you might be smiling the whole time, we see that look of pain. And we know it all too well. Every last one of us in this room right now, we know that look of pain. How in the hell did I end up here? How could it have gotten this bad? We know this look all too well. And many of us will relive the horror stories of what it was like before we got sober. So let me be the first to tell you something that I wish they would have told me when I first got sober. The first thing I want to say to you is that when you come into your first meetings, for at least the first couple months, you're going to feel useless and you're going to feel unloved. Those two things right there. I said, how can anybody, how can I be of any use to anybody anymore? I'm completely useless. I'm no good to anybody. And you'll see that newcomer going, yeah. I said, common thing. I said, stop me at any point if I'm wrong. I said, the other thing, after all the horrible things that I've done, how can anyone ever love me again? I said, this is common. So let me say to you that you are wrong right now. Right now, just by you being here and sharing your pain, even if you don't say anything, we see it. See it in your eyes. Because you're sharing your pain and we're reliving it, if I ever forget, what's going on, Anna? Welcome to the live. Actually, you actually caught it just in time for me to talk about, my special talk that I give to newcomers whenever I'm in a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a special talk. But then I'll look at him and say, just by you being here and sharing your pain, you're helping us stay sober. Because if I know I'm not the only one, if I ever forget what it took for me to come into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, if I ever forget that pain, I will drink again. So now that I have said that, that means you're helping me save my life today and possibly several lives in this room. So you're not useless. And because you are helping us all save our lives and you're being of use to us, we love you for who you are. So no matter where you go, no matter what happens in your life, just know that you help some people today just by being here. You helped save some lives today. And because of that, there will always be people who love you. And a lot of times after saying that, people come back to the meeting, at least for a little while. Not everybody gets sober when they come to Alcoholics Anonymous. I wish they did. I really did. I really wish everyone got sober who came to AA. But that is just one of those horrible, horrible facts that not everybody gets it. And some people it takes a couple of times. Sometimes it takes several years for some people to get sober. I got lucky. I got really lucky. Thank you for being here, Hades. Thank you for being here with me. You know, thank you for helping me stay sober today. Don't you ever forget it. You are helping me stay sober just by being here. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. So again, if you're feeling down in the dumps, maybe there was something hurting. Maybe there's something eating your lunch. Maybe you just didn't think you were worth anything today. Just by being here with me, you're helping me stay sober. You are useful. You are essential to Prince Magnum's sobriety. And who knows, after all this stuff goes away and I get back into the AA meetings and everything, who knows who I might help today, who I might reach out to. So you yourself may not know that person that you indirectly help, but you will know that there was someone out there whose life was saved just by you being here to help me stay sober. Don't ever forget that. No matter who you are in this stream, don't ever forget that. You are important. You are special to me. You are special to my sobriety. You are helping save my life. And through you helping me save my life and helping me stay sober, I'm able to reach out and possibly help other people. So you are important. You are special. You are essential. And don't you ever forget it. So if you're feeling low at the beginning of the stream, I hope that you're not now. Because no matter what happens in your life, you are essential to me. And that is the power that Alcoholics Anonymous has given to me. To be able to draw off other people to help me stay sober. So maybe my higher power can work through me to help another find sobriety. And who is my higher power? I don't believe any of you necessarily know my higher power, but I believe you're all acquainted with every one of you. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. So if you, I hope no one was feeling low, but I think a few of you might have been. So that brings us to where we begin winding the stream down. We're getting close to that 2-hour marker. I need to go take care of my blood sugar. And I need to smoke. I didn't smoke this entire stream, did I? But don't worry. Don't worry, Queen. Queen Bee, don't worry. I got them right here. Right here. Harrison's going to be like, no, Prince. No. You shouldn't be smoking. Chair squeaks. Anyhow. Yeah. Anyhow. Fire. Anyhow. You guys are awesome. Every one of you. You guys are amazing. You're going to have to take a whole carton of smokes, and I've got numerous lighters stashed everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. I think I need to read to you guys one of my favorite passages in the big book, one of my favorite couple paragraphs. I'll find them. Yeah, good luck. I will. in just a moment. Page 164, one of my favorite bits in the big book. You guys are going to love this. You guys ready for this? I heard this at my very first AA meeting. You'll love this. Our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we only know a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order, but obviously you cannot transmit something you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. One of my favorite bits in the entire book. One of my all-time favorites. And you guys can probably see why. One of them. But it's not my all-time favorite. The one from page 89 is probably my favorite. Okay. So, all right, let's get y'all. Thank you, Mr. Ravennuts, for being here. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Remember, you're important. You're important to this guy right here. All right, let's get caught up to speed. Tomorrow is Surviving Romance Stream. Food Friday. Foodie Friday. Food Friday. And on Food Friday, we were doing a Fiesta Friday, but now it's morphed into Food Friday. And on Food Friday, we are going to cook up something fantastic for my beautiful, lovely wife, Princess Feyru. And what are we doing tomorrow in tomorrow's live stream? We are going to make fish and chips. Ian better be here. We're going to break out the fish and chips, and we're going to cook it up. It's going to be good. Really good. I will put sugar in it if I want, but that would just be weird. Anyhow. Yep, fish and chips. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We've done a fish and chips before, but we're going to do it again because it good. It good. All righty. So there is that. Along with that, whatever, I do what I want. Sexy Saturday starting early. Oh my gosh. He was there for Fiesta Friday last week, and then he's like, dude, I want to see some traditional. There you go. There you go. All right, 15. Well, we'll be out of here, so I'll have to sneak you over there and check out what you got. All right. Yes, I'm sure about that. Whatever, I do what I want. Oh, man. All righty. Queen's going to if Queen could, she would reach through the screen and slap me a good one. Just like, that'll be about enough out of you, Prince Magnum. Behave yourself. All right. There may be a chance that there is a that Project Spirit and Project Lena uh, that Project Spirit and Project Lena may be making their first true car show public appearance for 2020 this Saturday, and we will live stream it. Okay? Period. Both project cars will be shown this Saturday. I got wind of a car cruise. Ooh, car cruise. Finally. I don't know. Don't hold me to it yet. Then, Saturday, back in action, we have Sexy Saturday, where Princess Faye will slather my face in drag makeup. And then I act like a goofball for the rest of the stream. It will be a good time for all. I promise you. I will look so purdy. Purdy. P-R-D-D-Y. Purdy. So that is Saturday. Then Sunday. We're going out. We're going to go mobile live. Mobile live. I'm not kidding you. We are going to do it. So you guys will be able to check out. Yes, it's supposed to be a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Major goofball, yes. Queen, you lost it in the last Sexy Saturday where I purposely started sounding really feminine with my outro. And you're like, I can't even. Everybody was dying when I did that. You lost it. I don't think you could have stopped laughing through that stream. Every time I would purposely sound as feminine as possible in makeup, you couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, you lost it every time. Actually, it got to the point. Now, are you gonna? No, we're gonna be brave and die like they did in the old days. No seatbelts. That used to be an option in cars. And watch the road? No, I don't want to. You can't make me. Yeah, we'll figure out the details on that. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. We'll make some minor adjustments on that. Don't worry. We'll get it all lined out. All right? So just calm yourself. Oh my gosh. We have too much fun. Too much fun in these live streams. Then Sunday, I have been asked to do another magic show. So we will do a magic show Sunday, 7 o'clock in the evening. And then Monday, hopefully by then I'll have some new content to upload. You know. That's right. Whatever, I do what I want. Yes. Yes, magic show Sunday. I've been asked to do a magic show, so we will do a magic show Sunday. So grab the little ones. I know Pisces. Pisces, are you still on the live? If you are, I know you've been babysitting a lot lately. Yeah, well, the last one before that, there wasn't a big showing. So I thought, well, maybe everyone's tired. Maybe everyone's tired of the magic show. So, and then Ian asked in one of the last lives, I think it might have been yesterday. He's like, man, you got to do another magic show. Yeah, she was. Pisces was in here earlier. I know she was. I seen her. She said hi. Yeah. Yeah, she was in here. Yeah, Pisces Queen popped in. I don't know if she's still in here, but if she is, Sunday, grab those kids you've been watching, park them, and we'll go live doing magic. Hopefully that'll help keep them out of your hair for a little while so maybe you can live stream. you know, so maybe you can live stream. If she's not in here, I'll holler at her later and remind her. Yep, it was a little while ago. She hadn't said much in a while, so she might be lurky turkey. Yeah, she might be lurky turkey. So that is the rest of the week. Oh, I need to quit smoking. Just about time for a cigarette too. Anyhow, actually, it's about time to refill my coffee cup and go grab a bite to eat. So now that I've said that, that's kind of the rest of the week. And I've got to finish the video work on Project Lena and Project Spirit. And Ian has been all over me. He wants to see some video footage of Project Lena. That's his favorite car, Project Lena. And kind of a heads up, I'm going to be putting a new poll out soon. Who do you like the most, Project Spirit or Project Lena? Or are you on the fence, or do you know? So that's going to be your choices pretty much. We'll have some fun. Which is your favorite project car thus far, Project Spirit or Project Lena? And I know if Ian was here right now, Project Lena, he'd be screaming it all the way from the rooftops. So get in on the poll. I'm curious, which is your favorite project car? So, all righty. That brings us to our usual spot. I need to go take care of my blood sugar. I'm getting a little low. And in that usual spot that is, and I say this a little bit different than I normally do in the regular lives. I say a special line specifically for you guys in this. You can go either way, right? 50-50. That usual line is, at day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And as always, for all of you out there, oh, I'm getting ready to shut it down, Jeff. Getting ready to shut it down for the night. Yeah. All righty. Let me say it again since Jeff just popped in here. The line goes specifically for sober talk. At day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. I need every last one of you out there. And as always, for all of you out there, especially in these dark times, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.